Hi guys, good evening and welcome back once again to the EdWord. I'm your host Eddie, and in tonight's video I will be discussing what I thought of the series premiere for the latest Star Trek show to grace our screens, Star Trek Picard. It dropped earlier today on CBS All Access, the streaming service, and I watched it a short while ago and I have got a lot to say. Now before I begin, of course, please be warned, this is a spoiler-filled episode review. Again, if you have not seen Star Trek Picard, the first episode, do not keep watching or listening, as I will be discussing spoilers, plot details, character stuff, all that jazz. So, you have been warned. This is your spoiler warning. Okay, let's dive into spoilers right now. First of all, got off to a very, very solid start. Nothing mind-blowing or exceptional, but it was still pretty damn good. And Patrick Stewart, of course, is awesome, as always. We've met some potential new characters. Some will become friends. I think some are probably secretly enemies based on their appearances and where they appeared as well. We also got an explanation as to why Picard is now a winery guy. You know, he left Starfleet out of protest, apparently, regarding a terrible tragedy that occurred on Mars due to some synthetic beings like Data, who took control of the situation, and a lot of people died. Well, you saw the episode. So I guess they're using the plot line from from the movie Star Trek, which was the one J.J. Abrams directed from about 10 years ago with Chris Pine, Zachary Quinto, and that was the movie where Romulus was indeed destroyed, right? Yes, it was. Yep, Romulus was destroyed, and so it looks like we're in that particular timeline, I guess. So, which does make sense. Overall, though, solid series opener. It immediately established an intriguing premise. You know, I hate to say it, but it was a bit predictable that the girl turned out to be Data's daughter, in a sense, because she did kind of look a lot like Brent Spiner, the guy who plays Data, and then like him having flashbacks of Data or remembering Data, and then her being activated or triggered somehow, and like, oh, she's some kind of assassin or she's a robot or something like that, and it turns out she was indeed an android, and apparently she has a twin sister just like her, and now Picard wants to find and protect her, and maybe this way he can get some answers as well. I'm glad it gave him a reason to come out of retirement, because it would have been kind of boring to watch an entire show about a guy who just worked on a winery. No offense to those who work on wineries. But yeah, I also loved the idea that Romulans had integrated into Earth society, if not all of them, at least a good chunk of them had, because he had a couple of them working for him at his winery right there, and I thought that was pretty cool. It just it felt and looked like Star Trek. Like, whether you're a fan of the original series or Next Generation, like I am for both, or Deep Space Nine, this just once again felt and looked like Star Trek. So that therefore it was really, really entertaining to watch, because it just reminded you of the good old days of like how the other shows used to be. And this show certainly has a lot of promise and potential, and I'm very, very excited to see what's going to happen next, because that's the sign of a good pilot or a good series premiere. It may not necessarily be the best episode or the most exciting, but it's good enough to leave you to come back and wanting more. And sure enough, I'm going to definitely be back and wanting more to see this. So what did you guys think of the first episode of Star Trek Picard? Did you like it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Were you expecting more, expecting less? I want to hear your thoughts and your opinions down below in the comments section. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night. Star Trek Picard premieres new episodes every Thursday on CBS All Access. That is the one and only place where you can see it. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of your night. And of course, until next time, live long and prosper.